streaming from?
Happy Friday, everybody.
We're on the cusp of a new year.
The cusp.
New you.
It's so exciting, isn't
The
it?
precipice.
You've never been in 2023 before.
Ever before. Well, come on in. Let us know where you're streaming from. Come on in.
This is a great time to make some good habit changes.
Absolutely.
And to get some fresh new starts on some things.
Yes.
Maybe you got caught up last year. And
yes.
You didn't complete something. Well, don't be discouraged. Just try to get it done in the first quarter of this year.
Yeah, new year, new you. As you can see, we are in the lobby of the sanctuary with our backdrop, LOP 2023.
Yes, Love on Purpose Marriage Conference. If you've never been, you don't want to miss it.
At the bottom of the screen, you'll see where you can go to the website and sign up if you choose.
Awesome.
All
We'll be
right.
at the Tampa Convention Center this year.
Yes, we will, with JJ Hairston and his lovely wife.
Awesome.
All right, then, let's jump in.
We have a hot topic.
Hot topic. My name is Jomo.
I'm Charmaine.
And we come together Friday nights with real, raw, and relevant conversation pertaining to relationships. Tonight, the hot topic is the 7 reasons women cheat. Now, this is research-based.
You think women cheat?
All the time.
Men cheat, right?
No, women cheat more.
Women cheat more?
But they're just better at it.
Well, you said it, I didn't.
Yeah, so all people have the propensity to cheat and fall short.
Don't you feel like, sometimes when people talk about cheating, they just assume that it's all men, right?
Absolutely. Men, they say men are dogs, all men cheat, all men lie.
Right.
Which is not factual, but there is a percentage that do.
Yes.
And
there's a percentage of women that cheat.
Correct. So with that being said, you have to deal with everything on a case-by-case basis.
That's right.
And not just cloud the whole group of people by saying one thing.
Right. And I think by us talking about the 7 reasons why women cheat, it can help you not fall into some traps that the enemy may have, just in situations that you could possibly put yourself into. So, you ready?
By the way, you look gorgeous.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, you look really.
Thanks.
That jacket looks really like debonair.
You like it? It's like business.
It looks like an executive.
Boss chick.
Yeah, boss chick that can turn into another kind of chick.
Ooh. I should brought my glasses.
You can't even see a dang thing, can you?
No, I can see fine.
All right. So, the 7 reasons why women cheat.
Okay.
Number 1, sex.
Let's talk about sex.
By the way, it's similar to men. So what happens, we often believe that a woman doesn't have the same desire or needs as a man.
Lies.
But it's just not as publicized.
That's right.
Women have the same, women have the same desire for satisfaction.
That's right.
But in this study, they said the number 1 reason why a woman would cheat is sex.
Right.
Or the lack of sex.
Or
in the relationship.
The lack of fulfillment, like climax.
Okay.
You may be having a lot of sex, but if you don't actually climax in any of it, and your partner is getting all the pleasure from it, then it's like,
I think
you don't want to do it anymore.
Okay, so let's deal with some facts.
Right.
Most men, I'm not gonna say all, most men climax during sex. Okay. Most women don't climax during sex, statistically speaking.
Really?
That's what they say.
Okay.
Some people are very fortunate to not have that challenge.
Right.
Okay, so with that being said, if I know as a man that mine comes more naturally.
Right, and it's not as much work.
Correct, whereas hers is a little more challenge. So as a husband, I have to be willing to learn, adjust, slow down, do what I need to do to help her climax more.
Then that's if you're a caring man. If you're good in bed.
Oh boy.
A lot of women will say, he's a selfish lover. Have you ever heard of that before? That's when they don't try to pleasure you at all and they just go get theirs and then they roll over and say goodnight.
People do that?
Yeah, people do that. And women will, have conversations about like, what do you do? How do you deal? And you just have this unmet need in your relationship, in your marriage, and it happens. And some women have been suffering for years, and then they go to work, and then somebody gives them attention.
What?
And then somebody finds them attractive.
What?
And then they want to have lunch with them.
What?
And then they want to have dinner with them.
What?
And then they want to.
Then they naked?
Yes.
So here's the other challenge I see too. Why women cheat. If she had a prior relationship where that particular individual was doing something that made her happy.
Right.
But she did not marry that person.
He was a great lover.
She married you.
But he wasn't a good person, maybe. And now he married the good person, not the great lover.
Yes, this is so true.
And then she's thinking about all the great sex she used to have that she's missing out on now.
And they will leave a good man for good sex.
Oh.
And then come back to the good man thinking he was going to accept it. But that's why I think it's critical. Men of God, women of God, you have to talk about this.
Yes.
You have to say, okay, babe, I need this or that. I need more of this or that. My point is, the bedroom's undefiled.
That's right.
So you have to have a conversation. If you're not getting something you need, you have to talk about it.
That's right.
And adjust, learn, grow, read a book. I'm saying, listen, talk to her. I'll say, babe, does this feel good? Does this not feel good?
Right.
Do you want this? My purpose is,
and you have to be honest.
Yeah.
You can't be faking orgasms.
Oh, Lord.
If you fake orgasms to make him feel good, then you're not making yourself feel good.
Oh, that must.
And then you can't blame him later if you started out that way. So, yeah, you dating to try to get the man and you're trying to make him feel good by fake orgasms. That's not right. If he's not hitting on nothing, then just let the brother know that ain't it, bruh. That ain't it. Try again. Pass go. Don't collect $100.
Now, if our transparency is too much for you, if you can't, the Bible says you be naked and unashamed.
Yes, and you should be transparent with your spouse and vulnerable, because it takes a lot to open up and say, and you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings too. So you're thinking about other person's feelings too, and it's like you don't want to hurt their feelings, but at the same time, if this is a person you will spend the rest of your life with, this is your life partner, you have to share.
Speak the truth in love.
Yeah.
If your sexual life is not where you want it to be,
right,
you have to have a conversation and say, listen, let's try something new. Let's do, my premise is because if not, it leads to a lifetime of frustration, and it opens you up to adultery.
Right. Don't you want your sex to be great?
Absolutely.
Like Mike Jones.
Like Mike Jones? What's that? Is that a song?
Nothing. I'm just joking.
You are too much.
Go on.
You are too much.
But I do think it's a hard conversation, especially for women to talk to their guy about, because you don't want them to be thinking about the fact that they're not good in bed while they're having sex. Now, it just kind of messes up the whole mood.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you don't communicate, then you're living with it.
Correct.
What
you'll never change what you don't confront.
That's right.
Okay, number two. They're unhappy with their current relationship. So there might be some financial issues going on. Maybe they're having some issues in the home. Maybe some disrespect, maybe some insecurities there. And it opens them up to engaging with conversations with the people of the opposite sex, or sometimes the same sex, but it opens them up to make them vulnerable. Mm-hmm. The Bible says to make sure that you don't withhold from each other for long, because the devil's at work. Mm-hmm. So we have to be mindful that when our relationship's on the rocks, it's often an opportunity for the devil to come in, and people often fall into adultery. Right.
And you want to make sure too that we want to make sure we're defining cheating not just with intercourse, but it could be emotional cheating as well. So if you're texting or sexting or you're having, lunch dates with somebody, and it may not even, you may not think it's inappropriate, but you're getting a need fulfilled that you need, that's an unmet need in your relationship fulfilled outside of the relationship, that's cheating.
The lines get blurred.
Right.
And you need to be very careful who you give your heart to.
Right.
Who you give your emotions to and give your words to. Mm-hmm. Because whether they want to be or not, it's amazing. I see people all the time say, that's my work husband or my work wife.
Yeah,
that's
a
dangerous thing to say to open a door that you don't want to open.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Number 3, it was just a mistake.
How you just make a mistake and cheat?
That's a lot. This is research. This is not our opinion. So I don't.
And maybe it could be like, I'm gonna give a scenario. Like, let's say you had a death in the family or something, and your spouse is emotionally detached. Like, they really don't deal with those types of things well, and you needed somebody, and maybe there was a coworker or a neighbor or a friend.
They were comforting you.
This
happens a lot with doctors.
Really?
Psychologists that sit on the sofas. It's a known that a lot of people who go to psychologists or psychiatrists end up messing around with them. You sit on the sofa, tell everybody your business, and all of a sudden, I can fix that for you.
Oh.
I can help you with that. I can do it for you. Before you know it.
But that could be, like you didn't realize it was going there until it was already there.
Correct.
And now you feel like kind of caught up.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Number 4, man.
Number 4.
They're craving intimacy. They're not getting it at home.
Some one-on-one time, some attention from the opposite
intimacy.
Sex.
And what happens with this is when someone gives you a whole bunch of attention that you have not gotten, and it's like a flower that needs water.
Right.
And if you water that thing, and it may not be their husband or wife, but they're getting what they need.
The thing is we are always telling the women to make sure we give our husbands words of affirmation. Well, hey, husbands, wives need words of affirmation too. Mm-hmm. You need to tell her how beautiful she is, and hug her and kiss her.
Yes.
And do those snuggles on the sofa.
I'm working on that.
And after you have intercourse, you want to make sure you're doing those things.
Snuggles after intercourse, Charmaine?
Yeah.
Women like
to snuggle.
Women like to snuggle after.
Some people do.
Some people like to snuggle after.
Some people do and some people don't. You just have to know who you with. Who you with?
Yeah, we're going to leave that alone.
Okay. Anyway, number 5.
The new person made them feel special.
So it's new. It's exciting.
And I've seen
some people have like a thrill. They're a thrill seeker, right?
Here's what you gotta do. If you need excitement, go rent a hotel room.
That's it.
If you need excitement, go get a nurse dress.
Or dress different.
Yeah, get a wig.
Dress up and pretend.
Yeah, if you need something special, you can do it. I believe.
Jomo sometimes will come up to you and be like, "Girl, what's your name?" And I'll make up a name. And then we just start talking until one of us just bust out laughing.
Yeah, I'll be coming up, "Girl, what's your name?" I did it Sunday at church. I came up on her hard too. I said, "Listen, chick, what's your name?" And one of the ministers said, "You know she married." I said, "Yeah, I know." But my premise is I'm trying to engage.
Right, and it's fun. It makes things fun and exciting. Number 6, they have low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem, and oftentimes giving themselves to someone makes them feel special, makes them feel wanted, makes them feel needed.
And a lot of times this is caused by past hurts or maybe even childhood hurts.
Correct.
Usually this is a little bit deeper than, oh, somebody hurt me recently as an adult. Usually it's a deeper type of pain and something that's very hard for someone to just get over. That's probably something that they need to see a professional for.
And lastly, they use it for a reason to break up.
That's kind of stupid. I hate that.
But
if you want to break up with me, don't cheat on me to break up with me. Just break up with me. Let me go.
Some people
don't hurt me to break up with me.
Some people use it as an impetus to separate.
And power.
I think sometimes people do that so that the person won't take them back.
Really?
Yeah, they'll cheat so that the person
so they can't go back.
So they can't go back. So that's how they kind of separate by cheating, because they know that violation may be something the person
they can't ever get over.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
That's
very
terrible.
cowardice.
Yeah, what do you do with that? Well, family, that's our
much.
message for tonight. We love you and appreciate you. Remember this:
Love, laugh, and learn.
God bless you. Make sure you sign up for the LOP, Love on Purpose Retreat. The information is at the bottom of the screen. Go to our YouTube page, like, share, follow. We love you to life. God bless you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.